Hey YouTube, Test 1 here. Hi to the guys that are having a good time in the US at San Diego Comic Con. I'm sure they've been having a ball, and it's good seeing the videos. I saw a good one actually from Danabi 2. He did a video on the comparisons of what's on the market for 1/6 figures and comparisons of from Hot Toys and to what's available on the other companies that are coming up with 1/6 figures, which brings me to doing this review actually, because I love collecting a wide range of 1/6 figures from different companies, but I definitely don't want to stay with one company to collect my figures because of the availability and the range that you can get from going through other companies. My main concerns are the licensing side of things. You know, I prefer to have a licensed figure than a non-licensed figure. But if the option's there and you to get a figure that you want and not necessarily licensed, well then get it, because I do have a Riddick figure that's an unlicensed figure. I've got a couple that I potentially could custom without having any doubts of whether I'm going to ruin or devalue the figure because it's so cheap anyway. So, but I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I'm just going to show you what I have. This is the outer boxing of. I have opened it, but I haven't pulled it out. It's the Irwin Allen's Lost in Space Classic Series Will Robinson. This is from a company, it's from Phicen, but I was under the impression that Phicen has changed their name, but I'm still going to refer to this figure as a Phicen figure because that's the only name I know, and because you guys didn't put a patent on the name, it shouldn't be our problem to change the name because you guys stuffed up. So I'm going to call it Phicen, and it's boxed as Phicen. So whether you guys like that or not, and the company that's made it is Equiton or Equiton Replicas. So I hope I got that right. It's got the picture of the actual character, the real guy. Someone Mummy, I can't remember his first name. Yeah. And on the sides it's the actual figure ring. So I suppose you can compare it, if you'd like, to the original boxing of the real character. I think it's pretty close with the sculpting of the face, but let's get it out. It's always better to have it in person, in your face, than to see videos and pictures of the figure. Okay, it's just an opening door, pretty much like your DID company that they have the open door, so you can stick that freestanding at the back if you wish to display that. Foam, and pretty much the figure is right there in your face. Okay, I haven't touched anything. I'm just going to pull it out as it is, and you have your typical foam. Nothing, there seems to be a gap on the bottom here. You've got two flat hand, not very detailed. So I can get it on my fingers. Flat hands, not very detailed, very plain. Probably would never use them. Oh, I might do, you never know. The figure, without the head. I'll go around, I'll do a whip around later with my electrical spin around device here to show you the figure closer up. It's a jointed legs inside, jointed arms, so not seamless at all. So I assume that Phicen make these figures as well. Not seamless, as well, just generally not seamless. You've got the articulation in the neck area, not side to side, but there is a ball joint. A little bit of movement side to side. It's a skinny size, or typical of your third season, Lost in Space, with his tube neck collar, I suppose you'd call it, your yellow and your green lined outer sort of suede jumper, I suppose you'd call it, with your cotton pants and your black boots. I think they've got away from the silver boots, the silver outfits, and then went more into the colourful design clothing they started to wear. The boots are not what you think. They look like a rubber type boot, but they're actually more of a plastic material type boot. It's hard to explain, but I have to say that it doesn't hinder the articulation. See, I've turned it out a bit. So yeah, you get some sort of posability in the shoes. So they're a material boot looking like a rubber boot. So there you have it. And he's got his belt. Okay, put this aside. Your moisture bags, you've got 2 moisture bags. He's got his side holster here. Just a vinyl holster, sort of plastic sort of belting, nothing metal on this connecting fitting. Won't connect that on yet because it's difficult to get off sometimes when you get them on. This is the red belt, so I'm assuming he has 2 belts for some reason. Interesting. Looking at the boxing, I will have a quick look and find out. Yes, the red belt is to hold the... We have a red belt holding up his holster, and then we have another tube holster, red belt for this holster, and I seem to be missing something here. I'm not too sure why we have 2, unless he used one type in the series and then another type further in the series. I have no idea. Maybe they changed it to a leather one later on in the show. But we have 2 different holsters. Going by the boxing, I've got the tube displayed, so it's optional whether you want to use which one, but I have to say, yep, definitely fits in there. So it's optional if you don't like the tube one, you can, which has a pivoting swivel on the hook-like fitting that goes onto the belt. This one's more of a fixed on the holster type belt. So I'm sort of leaning towards this, but I did like the classic, ridiculous, corny tube that held the gun as well. And I suppose you can, if you want to put this is the gun, the phaser, or yeah, actually quite detailed. I'm going to give you a close up here without it going out of focus, hopefully. Very well detailed actually, looks quite good. Just take my thumb away so I can show the handle. Now, plastic of course, that's what it looks like in that holster, and of course in the leather one you will have it looking more covered in just got strapping that feeds into the strap there, the studded strap across here. I assume this belt feeds into the strapping to secure the belting. So there you can have it like that. I'm going to go with the tubing because it looks so corny. The head sculpt. Now I'm just going to quickly have a quick look at it. First impressions. Not exactly like Will Robinson, but you can tell who the character is. Side profile, hair, other side. What do you think? The lighting's not the best, but it is quite a pale face. There is no signs of freckling as you expect to see. No freckling whatsoever on his face, and he was a very freckly kid. And there we have it. I'm going to stand him next to Sylvester Stallone. He's 5 foot nothing, 5'7", 5'8", I believe. He's quite a small guy, and this is where he's just below his nose. So there you have it. That's a sort of a comparison to the height of Will Robinson. So I would say you'd have to be close to just over 10 inches tall. Okay. Last section is the base, the silver base. Simple title, pretty hollow on the inside, but practical, I suppose. Silver is always the theme to Lost in Space. Right, we have the figure here. I'm going to zoom back. There you have it. I have the figure on my turntable here, electric turntable, holding his gun. I have noticed a little bit of a loose joint in the gun holding arm at the elbow. Nothing too serious, I can always tighten it up. He's wearing his very Art Deco, I suppose you'd say, holster. I've sort of played with the pants to sort of close his sort of pants in a little bit because they were a bit tight around his legs and made his legs look lanky. So I've pulled his duds down a little bit, dropped his belt down a bit, holds his holster, sort of to give him that sort of short leg version of the character I know from Lost in Space. So there you have it. You have the extra black holster if you prefer to use that, your extra flat hands, no detail, the stand itself, the waist span to his waistband does not fit at all, so you have to either use another base or try to close this in somewhat. I have no way of doing it with this stand, but I do like the base itself. Back shot, like I said, not plastic boots, material sort of plastic on the outside, but material sewn boots. The pants are baggy enough to play with and close his legs up a little bit to make his legs look shorter. I like it. I like it a lot. For the price you pay, I can't remember exactly the price I paid, but sort of borderline, I suppose. It's I wouldn't like to pay any more, let's put it that way. Accurate scale, probably a little bit taller than what he's supposed to be, but I am happy still just the same to have a 10-inch figure than no figure at all. Now I have this Will Robinson 1/6 figure. I do have some extras to go with this figure if and when displayed. I have this Mobius model kit. 16B9 from Lost in Space, which is I've been longing for ages, you know, to have this figure to go with Will Robinson. There's quite a bit involved as far as the kit's concerned. There's a lot of painting. There's bags and bags of parts to go. This is like a plastic rubber style of the arms and the legs. You have metal fittings, I'm not too sure where they go, but all the clear perspex parts that go on the robot. Bags and bags and bags of parts to go on the robot. Here's another one. That's the feet mechanisms, and yeah. So I have a guide to putting all this together eventually, which is good. I mean, I've always enjoyed putting models together, so this is going to be a good project of mine. On top of that, I have gone one step closer to getting a more detailed robot, and that is the electronics to the B9. This is specifically for this model kit, and it's just what I wanted. I wanted something with a lot of commands. This is a total of, I think it was either 20, I might be wrong, 20 or 30. I think it's 20 commands. I'm just going to put some on for you, just for you to, yeah, just to give it an idea of how loud it is and how clear it is. Here's the speaker we have here, the switch. These have been modified too with like a sensor card. You can just like splash in front of the robot and it starts talking without the switch, but I'm just going to have the switch. So yeah, looking forward to having this together. I'll just turn it on and I'll quickly zoom you down to the details of what we have here. I'll try to be as quick as I can. Here's the lights for the, I assume this would be the inner body. These lights are for the head. You also have the voice, which this is like a cylinder that goes red when it speaks. Chest lighting. Also have some optic fibre that I'm going to cut up and place into the helmet as well of the robot. So we'll switch her on, which it is now switched on, and give you some cool. That was the speaker down. I'm going to hold the speaker up as well, along with this cylinder. As you can hear, it's quite loud.
My power cells are extremely low. Dr. Smith is incapable of telling the truth. Sorry, I was just clearing my tapes. You and I are friends, Will Robinson. Destination Earth is my place of origin. The Robinsons are no longer my responsibility. They are no longer my family. Dr. Smith has rejected me most of all. I will go now. Farewell, farewell. I bid you farewell. I have located Chariot. Chariot is in motion. You're probably suffering a guilty conscience. I'm referring to our last conversation when you insulted me. My memory banks retain the information. You must apologize. steal from our garden. I am to scare them away. Dr. Smith, the father. Dr. Smith, the mother. It does not compute.
So there you have it. This is quite a elaborate setup. Definitely going to be a great piece to display once.
I knocked off some of the bearded one's ears to please the youth. He sure is a dandy.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be a great setup to have all of this together on the robot, painted. Can't wait to have it finished and completed, displayed next to this great figure here. Great setup once it's displayed in the cabinet. Hope you enjoyed my review. Test this one out. Catch ya.